So another day, another just weird situation, with Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever and people around. We obviously have seen the Scott Agnes article here, where he basically said that Caitlin Clark, that Caitlin Clark brings a dark side to the Fever, and her fans are like a negative on the team, and it's a struggle dealing with her fans.
Are the Fever actually thinking about trading Caitlin Clark? Yep, that's the rumor, and things are getting weirder than a halftime mascot dance-off. Did she score too much, smile too hard? Sell too many jerseys, something smells off. And it's not the pregame meal. Stick around as we dive into the madness, connect the dots, and possibly witness the dumbest front office move in recent memory. Grab your popcorn, this is about to get hotter than a Caitlin Clark logo 3.
Win by the Indiana Fever today versus the Seattle Storm, but I got a big concern with Caitlin Clark, man. So looks like the Fever been figuring things out, man. So let's just say Clark comes back toward the end of the season. Fever do their thing in the playoff. Let's just say, for the sake of my argument, the Fever win the championship, man. With Caitlin Clark having missed pretty much most of the regular season, would this championship not hold that much weight? Because I can already see the haters saying she missed most of the
If the Fever actually trade Caitlin Clark, they might as well hand out "We Quit" signs with every ticket stub. Think Indiana traffic is bad? Just wait for the fan stampede heading straight to whatever team lands number 22. We're talking about the most marketable, most talked about, most Googled athlete in women's sports, and they'd trade her for what? A bag of used warm-up towels and a future second-round pick. Serious.
He literally said, and he was like, there are some people that are not here for basketball, not here for the Fever, but are only here for Caitlin Clark. It's like, if you're a fan of a player and you're here for the basketball and you're there watching games and everything, you're a fan of a player playing basketball. I don't see there's an issue with that. And according to his thing, to him, he was talking about how it was such a struggle for the team, and obviously someone who has access to the team. And he mentioned that, the fans coming on saying fire.
The Fever's arena goes from packed to a ghost town faster than you can say worst trade in sports history. Right now, Clark is the main event. She's not just selling out games, she's selling out entire cities. Every time she hits the court, concession stands are wiped clean, merch tables are stripped like it's Black Friday, and suddenly everyone's grandma is rocking a number 22 jersey. And you're telling us they tossed that away like yesterday's box score?
Disappointed in Sophie's take is that, she's right. It's just that she did say, and I thought this was a better explanation, she was saying that when she played in Phoenix, that she was in the locker room, and so many of the players in the locker room were saying things like, oh, we're going to show Caitlin Clark what the W is really about, and would sort of go after her. And in some ways you can understand that because she was a rookie in the league. But ultimately, when you see all this vitriol of people who cannot stand her, it's like, okay, well, what has she done wrong? Yeah. She's a great basketball player.
So yeah, the math isn't matting. You don't trade the one player who turned your franchise from background noise into must-see TV. Before Clark, most of the WNBA couldn't even pick the Fever logo out of a lineup. No, they're the Beyoncé of the league front, center. And trending, that's not coaching, that's Caitlin.
A badass and a trash talker, and gives it as good as she gets it. And she is an object of scorn for good reason. She's awesome. She's swaggery. She does turn your home crowd into a road crowd. She is a frustrating player to guard, all of it. And if she is, for some of these teams, a bit of a villain, that's sweet. It only will make her better. She is already one of the 3 or 4 best players in the sport, as a lot of us thought she would be in short order.
If they actually pulled the trigger on a trade, they'd be firing their last shot at staying relevant. Because let's be honest, Clark isn't just a player. She's a walking media empire. Cameras follow her like she owes them rent. Every shot she takes lands on 5 sports shows, 3 podcasts, and your cousin's TikTok feed. Trade her, and that spotlight? Gone. Poof. Vanished like your playoff hopes in mid-June. And here's the kicker. Wherever Clark goes instantly becomes America's team. Doesn't matter if it's Minnesota, Seattle, or some town with more cows than people slap number 22 on a jersey, and that franchise suddenly has more fans than the Super Bowl. That team goes from, who? To shut up and take my money, faster than Clark drains a logo 3. Meanwhile, the Fever would be stuck hyping up a gritty rebuild in a half-empty arena. Cute. Like anyone thinks the leap from 2,000 fans and a popcorn machine to sold-out stadiums happened because of good defense and community outreach. That's like thinking people go to Disneyland for the churros. No. They came for Mickey Mouse.
Posted this about Caitlin Clark to give like the official what is going on with Caitlin's injury. So they said Caitlin Clark underwent further medical evaluations earlier this week, which confirmed that no additional injuries or damage was discovered. Clark will continue working with the medical team on her recovery and rehabilitation with the priority on her long-term health and well-being. There is no timetable available for her return. But I do think it's interesting that ESPN has listed August 12th as a possible return date for Caitlin Clark. But the internet noticed something specific that Holly Rowe had to say on the broadcast. Holly Rowe said that before the last return after a quad injury, she had no...
This isn't just a fan base, it's a full-blown movement. These people aren't casually watching. They're traveling, posting, and turning WNBA League Pass into the hottest streaming service of the summer. You really think they'll stick around for the Fever's next chapter if Clark's out there hitting trick shots in another city? Absolutely not. They'll follow her like Swifties, only with better free throw form. There's a delusional idea floating around that once Clark's gone, the team will still be competitive, and fans will stay loyal to that. I offer a very polite good luck. Unless you're replacing her with a lab-built superhuman who can drain threes, run point, sell out arenas, win MVP, and cure boredom all at once. You're not even coming close. You're getting tumbleweeds and regrets. Let's talk dollars. Trading Caitlin Clark wouldn't just be a bad basketball decision, it'd be financial malpractice. Letting her go would be like Apple firing Tim Cook and replacing him with a roommate.
She didn't play most of the games to get them to the playoffs, all of that. She won a championship and she was hurt most of the season, and the team was out there winning games without her. I can already see people saying that, man. So I'm just curious, man, because I'm thinking like, damn, Clark has missed a lot of this time. You play the regular season to get to the playoffs. Clark has missed most of the season so far. So if she won a title this year, having been injured most of this season, and then her first championship would be her being hurt most of the time, how would that championship rank for y'all? Would it not hold that much weight? Would it just be, a win is a win?
And don't even start with the maybe it's best for both sides narrative. Best for who? The accountant's the poor merch guy now stuck printing team effort shirts because no one's buying anything else? The PR intern scrambling at 2 a.m. to explain why the arena is half empty? This isn't addition by subtraction, it's subtraction by delusion. Trading Clark would be a masterclass in how to burn down your own house while patting yourself on the back for discovering fire. The only thing you'd be adding to the team is chaos and probably a fresh wave of where did it all go wrong think pieces. Because this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's brand. It's identity. It's cultural momentum. So unless the Fever secretly figured out how to clone Caitlin Clark, upgrade the clone to shoot better, talk sassier, and look even cooler in slow motion, there is no trade package worth the fallout. No combo of picks, players, and pipe dreams can fill the seats, light up the scoreboard, and set social media on fire the way she does.
If Caitlin Clark were not in the WNBA, we would not be talking about the WNBA. She's the only ticket draw in the WNBA. A large percentage of all tickets sold in the WNBA are so people can watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. No one cares about Angel Reese. She'd be drawing flies if she were playing not against Caitlin Clark on the court right now. Angel Reese has basically become the Bill Laimbeer to Caitlin Clark's Larry Bird.
At the end of the day, the message is simple. You don't trade the sun and expect the planets to keep orbiting like nothing happened. You trade Caitlin Clark, and the whole galaxy shifts. Just pray you're not the ones left in the cold. And here's where logic officially taps out and reality starts doing backflips. The people running this operation seem to think fans are showing up for the Fever. Like the logo, the colors, or the word Indiana has some magical grip on millions of people, as if a mid-range jumper from anyone not named Caitlin is going to keep the country glued to their screens. News flash. This fan base would follow Clark to the worst team in the league before they pretend to care about a competitive roster. Without her, they're not invested in a rebuilding arc, they're invested in the Clark cinematic universe. This isn't about the ensemble, this is about the main character. We saw it last season. Viewers tuned into every Iowa game like it was the NBA Finals. Then the moment the Fever season ended, gone. Playoffs, never heard of them. It was like someone hit the emergency Clark's out button and poof, attendance dropped, ratings dipped, and social media hit hibernation.
that she's the face of the league. And that's understandable because there have been fantastic players in the WNBA for a long time. But Caitlin didn't disparage them. She just came in and kind of changed the game with her style. So I think it's one of those things where you have to say, okay, maybe I don't think it's fair based on the previous women who have been in this league, but it's not Caitlin's fault. All she's done is elevate the game for all of us. And I think instead of being pissed off about that, you should be appreciative of that and say, maybe it's not fair, but it's not your fault.
This isn't some casual fandom, it's a ride or die, burn the boat, storm the court kind of fan base. They didn't come for Team Loyal, they came because Clark makes basketball look like straight-up magic. She drops 30 like it's a warm-up, stares down defenders like she's writing a diss track in her head, then casually walks off like it's just another Tuesday. You think those fans are sticking around to watch gritty defense and some rookie miss 3 layups in a row? No chance. Give Caitlin a jersey and a team full of scarecrows, and you'd still sell out the arena. She could be playing with 1 working scoreboard, 2 ball racks, and 0 help defense and still pack the stands. Most teams spend decades trying to build a loyal fan base. Clark shows up, and boom. Built-in audience, instant relevance, global spotlight. She didn't just move the needle, she broke the dial off. Her fan base isn't just the biggest in the league.
Sky tickets dropped 71% on TickPick after Caitlin Clark injury. The get-in price for the Chicago Sky versus Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever game was $86. After Caitlin Clark's injury announcement is now down to $25. And you Angel Reese fangirls will still believe and think that Angel Reese is the reason why people are watching the WNBA. Since y'all want to make it about race, this white girl over here is the reason why fans are tuning in to watch the WNBA, not because